So, Universal Halloween Horror Nights is something that I've enjoyed for quite a large portion of my life. I've been going since I was a kid. I started going very, very young age, probably too young. And it's been something that I've really enjoyed for a very, very long time. This year, Premium Scream Night is probably the worst experience I've ever had at Halloween Horror Nights. And I've been to Halloween Horror Nights without Express. I've been to Halloween Horror Nights on peak nights, and I gotta say Premium Scream was awful. So let's delve into some of the things that really made Premium Scream more of a premium scam. Let's talk about what Premium Scream Night was supposed to be and what they were supposed to offer. On the website, it talks about the terrifying houses, the scare zones and all that stuff. The typical Halloween Horror Nights page. But the Premium Scream Night was supposed to... Oh my. They got rid of the page. They got rid of the page. That is so scummy. They don't want people to make these types of videos. What? So basically speaking, what Premium Scream Night was supposed to offer is shorter lines, low crowds, all-you-can-eat food within reason that's on the whatever they offer, right? Which did include some of the Halloween Horror Nights special items. There was a panel that you were able to go to, and the general idea is that you're supposed to be able to go to this event, get a premium experience similar to that of an Orlando Informer, and experience Halloween Horror Nights in that fashion. They delivered on pretty much none of this. So when it comes to the wait times, they were wrong. Every single house we went to, the wait time was probably double what was actually recorded at the front of the house. And that's fairly typical sometimes, depending on the night for HHN, but usually they're a lot more accurate. And the running theory, at least based on what I've seen from other people, and I'm not saying that this is exactly the case, I don't want to slander, but the running theory is that Universal did this so that the people that were there vlogging would record those wait times and it'd be good advertisement for the next year. Wouldn't surprise me if that were true. I'm not saying it is, but it wouldn't surprise me. The crowds were ridiculously large for the amount of tickets that they claimed to have sold. I'm pretty sure they oversold the event. From the footage that we saw last year from other people who went to the event, you could walk out onto the street, pan the camera around, and there would be no one in the street. But the night that we were there for Premium Scream, it was like a normal night. There were plenty of people around. It was ridiculous. We couldn't even get from one place to another without having to stop and move around the maze of people who are stopping in the middle of the road as usual at Universal. I mean, it's what happens. But there were just too many people at this event. They oversold it to a ridiculous amount. By the time you got to the end of a line for food, which by the way, I'm sure the food was great. Didn't get to try it because by the time you got to the end of the ridiculously long lines for food, a lot of the times there was no more food because of the ridiculously long lines for food and because of the amount of tickets that were sold. I mean, too many people were let into this event to a point where you couldn't even enjoy the perks of the event that you paid for. It was absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, you probably would have had a better experience if you went to a normal event night with an express pass. The only difference being you wouldn't have gotten the food, but clearly on Premium Scream Night, you're not going to get the food either because they oversold the event. So, sucks to suck for us, I guess. Screw the consumer. There's Universal pulling a Disney, which is really, really sad to see. It was a rough night. On Reddit, there are a lot of people who are basically sharing the similar experiences. Actually, I'll show you some. Basically, it wasn't what they sold me. I won't go next year unless they can promise that they're drastically limiting attendance. Yeah, I agree. This guy's talking about how in the UK they'd be able to sue them, but in the US we probably can't. It was vastly oversold, plain and simple. Agreed. Yeah, there's a good chance you probably didn't get to try certain things because of how long things took to get through. Yeah. Now, there are some people who had a good experience, and you know what? I'm happy for them. That's great. But the fact of the matter is, for most people, it was a disaster. Again, they way oversold it. The marketing strategy, as with everything they do, make it look really good at first, make it look really good the first time, and then exploit it for as much money as possible the next time. That seems to be the case usually. It looks like they're probably going to do the same thing with Volcano Bay Nights. I wouldn't doubt it. Never going to do this again. Just going to get Express or RIP Tour. I wholeheartedly agree. I would have had a better experience doing that. The fact of the matter is Universal sold us an event for $400. More than $400 for some people. And expected us to just eat out of their palms for it. Fact of the matter is, though, they did not provide what they advertised. And it looks like they're doing everything in their power to avoid showing us what they originally advertised, hence why the website's now down. They probably don't want us to be able to make good arguments in this type of situation, which, you know, it's pretty scummy. Again, the lines were terrible. It was an awful, awful experience. So, that being said, we reached out to guest services. And we had a decent discussion with them about it, explained the situation, told them we didn't get what we wanted out of the ticket. It was nowhere near what they advertised, told them all the problems, answered surveys, did everything we could. Now, with this guest services thing that we did, the responses I got to my initial email was that they'd like to apologize and that they want to provide everyone with the best possible experience and blah, blah, blah. Which, cool, great, love to hear it. Can we do something about this? So, they hit me back and they offered in, basically, as a apology, they basically wanted to give compensation of a normal Halloween Horror Nights ticket. Just a plain old Halloween Horror Nights ticket. But here's the kicker. All I really wanted was a partial refund, by the way. I just wanted a partial refund. I would have been happy paying the price that I would have paid for a Halloween Horror Nights ticket plus Express and then get whatever would have been the remainder of that back. Is basically what I was trying to say. Like, hey, look, that's basically the experience I got. That's the experience I'd like to pay for. So my buddy reached out. He was there with us that night, and he had pretty much the exact same experience we did. But they reach back to him and they offer him a ticket with Express, which is a much better deal because that's basically what we had that night, and I wouldn't mind doing it again to go back and try and experience the things that I missed out on. So I reached out to Universal again, and I said, hey, look, my buddy who went with us, we all went together. He's getting offered this. Can we get the same offer so that we can all go together again and try to experience it correctly? To which they responded with this. They responded with, please know that discussions regarding compensation are considered private one-on-one conversations between the ticket purchaser and Universal Orlando. Therefore, I cannot comment on compensation packages offered by other guests or offered to other guests. Unfortunately, I cannot extend the offer of complimentary Halloween Horror Nights Express Pass tickets, as that was not a purchased product for Premium Scream Night. However, I would be happy to proceed with providing you the complimentary admission tickets to any remaining single event for the Halloween Horror Nights 34 with your approval. I look forward to continuing our conversation. Why are people getting offered different things as compensation for having the same problem? We were within one group. We all went on the same night. We all had the exact same experience because we did not separate that entire night. So why does one of us get offered something more? That makes zero sense. I'll show you the email that my buddy got, actually. Give me 1 second. Here we are. I am truly sorry to learn that Halloween Horror Nights Premium Scream Night did not meet expectations. We strive to create positive experiences for our guests, and it's disheartening to hear that yours did not reflect this. Thank you. Feedback under case blah 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 to be shared with the appropriate management teams for internal review and further action. As a feedback-based company, Universal Orlando will take these concerns into consideration as we continue to make improvements to the guest experience. So that you may return and fully experience Halloween Horror Nights, I would be more than happy to offer one complimentary Halloween Horror Nights ticket and one complimentary Halloween Horror Nights Standard Express Pass for one event night in 2025. Please confirm your home address when file when I will set this up for you. Best regards, Christina from Guest Communications. Thank you, Christina. You are amazing. I don't know who you are, but you're the one offering the correct thing to offer, if not a full refund or partial refund. This makes sense. So why is it that they can receive a full refund, or not a full refund, sorry, they can receive a complete ticket with an express pass, but we cannot? It makes zero sense. Make it make sense. Universal, come on. Get it together. We all went to the same event. We experienced it together, all three of us. We never separated, so we had the same experience. It only logically makes sense that the compensation that one of us gets, all three of us should get. But no, that is not what happened. What actually ended up happening is we got an email back saying that they'd like to just accommodate a partial refund of 50%. So now, the dilemma we are facing is one of us, our friend who does not drive and rode to Universal with us, has a Halloween Horror Nights ticket with Express that he can't use because he can't drive, and we are now getting a 50% refund rather than an Express ticket with the Halloween Horror Nights ticket like he did, because he won't honor the same thing that our buddy got with his person. What are you guys doing over there at Universal? Do you guys have a boardroom for bad ideas? Is this what you guys do? Don't get me wrong, Universal has been on an uptrend, right? They've been doing a great job. Epic Universe looks awesome. Their events are usually top-notch. Orlando Informer is great, but I don't think we have Universal to credit for that, unfortunately. The ones that you usually hear us complaining about or hear people complaining about is Disney. Disney's the one that everyone has issues with, not Universal. So what is happening here? First the hotels open, right? So you got the Stella Nova resorts, the Twin resorts, the Nova resorts, or the, whatever, and the Helios Grand Hotel. And they're absolute fuck-ups on day one. And people are used as guinea pigs for those hotels. Paying customers are used as guinea pigs to figure out what they need to fix. Now, let's fast forward to Epic Universe's opening. They offer these preview tickets with this general idea that, hey, it's going to be great. And then it slowly goes downhill from there, right? Now, they're repeating the same process by offering these premium Scream Night tickets and allowing for it to be nothing like advertised and nothing like the prior year. I don't know if I, in good conscience, can continue to support a company that does things like that. Don't get me wrong. I really like Halloween Horror Nights. Been going for years. If you can see my shelf back there, I'm not sure if you can. Nope, you can't see it. On the top shelf, I have glasses, the custom glasses that they sell every year. A whole shelf of them, because that's the thing that I collect when I go to Halloween Horror Nights. Some people collect their lanyards, some people collect their pins, their hats, their t-shirts. I do have a t-shirt. I collect the glasses. I'm starting to wish that I collected shot glasses because that would have made more sense for room, because I'm running out of room for these. But either way, I am very disappointed with the way Universal handled this. I don't know if I'm going to be returning to Halloween Horror Nights at all this year. I'm not sure I want to return next year if they continue these trends. And as someone who was considering reinvoking their annual pass soon, I'm not even sure I want to do that. It has been a truly disappointing experience for me going to Premium Scream Night, Premium Scheme Night, Premium Scam Night, whatever you want to call it. It was a truly disappointing experience. What I do want to say, though, is for those of you that did go and had a good time, I'm really glad to hear that. For those of you that went and had a horrible time like we did, I can say that guest services will at least try to help. So please reach out to guest services on the Universal website. You can do it through email. You can call them. There is a way to reach out to them, and they will try to make things right. How they make things right might vary depending on person, obviously, because clearly they don't care about giving everyone the same treatment. But I would reach out if any of you guys went to Universal's Halloween Horror Nights Premium Scream Night and you had a bad experience like we did. There will be more videos on Halloween Horror Nights coming soon. I just didn't think that I could put those videos out until I addressed this problem first, because it feels disingenuous to do free advertising for a company that would do things like this without first addressing the situation. So there are more videos to come. We have a hotel review video that we're going to work on. We have a couple scare zone videos to show you what's going on in the scare zones. We're probably going to do a house ranking video. As for filming inside the house, as usual, Universal has decided that the only people who are allowed to film inside the houses in Florida are famous YouTubers and media people, whereas Hallow Scream has gotten pretty good about letting you film in houses now. It's even in their policy that they'll let you film in houses, and Universal Hollywood continues to allow people to film in houses. Universal Orlando, for some reason, has still not followed suit. I do not know why. I wish they would. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that Universal does better. And yeah, that is my wife and our new kitten Flapjack in the background. So I hope you guys like cats, because that's probably how we're going to end this video, is with a little bit of cat. Let me see him. We want to wave goodbye. Hello. Hey. Look over here. Look over here. Oh, hello. Where are you going? You do not want to be here at all. Okay, you can go. There you go. Whoa.
Oh my god.
He jumped. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. There's more to come.